Someone will tell me, I'm sure.
Daniel.
It's wrong.
Wrong.
Guess what?
Wrong.
Wrong. Let's see, just double check volumes. Volumes are about one. There we go. Let's continue the game. So we got some information out of a few prisoners in the Scarlet Chorus with relatively minimal violence. Well, violence against the Scarlet Chorus, but they kind of had it coming, so... And failing the idea that they had it coming, they asked for it. And failing that they asked for it, were they gonna stop me? Uh-oh. That would be a stroke of irony. Albert, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Okay,
good. I thought my internet cut out immediately after starting to stream. Right, the game is paused. Let's get set up. So the Scarlet Chorus needs to secure the outer ring of the Vengeance Wall. So that will need to go to Trip Nettle Wilderness. Antio and the Disfavored need to subdue the rebels at Echocall Crossing.
Why don't you just befriend the rebels?
It's an option.
Yes, I know.
I do have some...
The joke is that it sounds outrageous and like...
Which isn't me reading about spoilers, I'm just assuming I will be able to...
Damn it, now I'm a spoiler.
Idiot. The Way of the Horde. Depend on recruitment. Travel to remote settlements. That'd be for recruiting.
Remember
so
to
Echocall Crossing.
Remember to organize your traveling in a coherent and logical way, or you'll run out of time and die.
Oh shit, you're completely right. No wonder it was us telling me about the time I had between things.
Yes, because you'll run out of time and die.
Maybe I should have slept and done the edict.
I also like that that's there as an option as like, I don't want to have to deal with this timer. I'm gonna rest for a week.
Based.
Fatebinder,
by the way, this entire game doesn't take place within the Vengeance Wall, I'm assuming.
No, this is just the intro.
Okay, because I saw like the Act 2 thing for Bastard's Wound, and I assume that's like, you know.
Most of the game takes place out of this very small area.
Most of the game takes place in this area?
Outside of this area.
Oh, okay, no, that, because I was like...
The opposite of what you heard is
okay,
what I
so
said.
The way I see it, so we don't want to go too far, because that's going to take 10... Oh, damn, it's going to take long journeys, so... Let's finish up what's on this side. Okay.
You want to do it in a coherent, well-thought-out way.
Yeah.
So you don't die.
That's actually really neat as well, because it helps me automatically order my questing priorities. Oh, God. This is a remote settlement where we might be able to get some followers. As you step into the center of the village, you feel as if you are being watched from all angles. The distant patter of feet echo off the walls of the small and seemingly deserted village. No need to fight. Sorry, no need to hide. I have no desire to fight, merely to talk. The wooden beams on the rooftop to the north creak under someone's weight. A tree rustles behind you. I've come to offer you redemption with the Scarlet Chorus, and I'm doing my best to try and save you all. Feel free to help me with that endeavor. A voice bellows from the rooftop with a cackle. Go home to your overlord. That didn't go well.
Go home, you fucking simp.
Sorry, friend, but you won't be leaving here in one piece. We'll send your head back north. I want your folks to see what happens to those who invade our lands. Well, can't avoid all the fights. Let's see. We've got one archer that's going to need some circumnavigating too. So I am the best person with which to take them out. Wait. Not wearing the right equipment to use this ability. What?
What is the ability, Daniel?
Oh. Oh, shit. That's a phalanx. That's not a javelin.
Idiot!
Fortunately, it does actually let me swap in the middle of combat, so that's nice. So I'm going to target you.
Once again, I'm being targeted.
And you look like the heavy hitter, so let's deal with your ally here first. Just make sure those abilities are actually clicking.
Right.
Okay, yes. Good. Skewer. None.
Right. Will do.
Got them in my sights.
Well, that didn't go well for them. Oh.
Got it.
Can't take much more.
I'm on it. Oh, someone stitch me up.
I need to try a different weapon.
Will do.
Well, that got a little bit harder. Okay. Go harass.
Let us take them together.
There we go. That worked. Oh, here come the Scarlet Cores. Flicking the bronze tip of her blade, a Scarlet Fury strolls into view with a smug smile, flanked by an Intoiser soldier. Not bad! I'd have piled up the same number of corpses and half the sword strokes, but well, where are my manners? One ought not to criticize help so generously given. She sweeps her arms wide in an exaggerated mocking bow. You've my deepest and sincerest gratitude for gutting these Vendrian pissants in my place. Well, you're welcome, though I came here to recruit for the chorus. Slaughter wasn't my intention. We've already got what we needed. The willing ones. She points to several of the armed fighters at her side. We were hoping a different face might convince the remainder to join us, but alas, can't win them all, can you? Yet I seem to have killed all your would-be conscripts. Apologies. These things happen. Look, you've done us a favor, and it was a real pleasure watching you fight. We'll clean up here. I do thank you for the assist, Fatefinder.
You did it. You murdered people.
Idiots. Red Rivers. Take it. I'll take it. Ooh, an axe. That might be good. Two-handed. Two-handed. That's actually not going to be very useful for most of us. Not this party, at least. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so this is pretty much just the same weapon. Oh, and you have a light leather helm. That would actually be handy.
Will do.
Alright, I can go scout ahead. Well, not really scout, more of just pick through this stuff.
I got it.
Alright, let's see what else is in here. Probably nothing. Well, no such luck. On to Echocall. Wait, hang on a second. 8 days to Kairos' Day of Swords, so we have 8 days to get this shit done. Ah, and I now have a missive sent to me
Well, like Kairos'
by
Day
Tunon
of
himself. Daniel Kadar, word had reached me this court that you visited the Overlord's edict to the Archon's war and secrets. Now that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you've shown in its declaration. Provided you survive this span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our Overlord's War Masters, remember that Chaos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the Overlord's esteem. Even now, the Northern Courts whisper that the more successful of the two Archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Thank him for the advice.
Thanks for telling me about how my actions have consequences. Tunon wouldn't have figured it out otherwise.
I'm just being polite.
Archon of niceties over here, bro.
I mean, I actually really like that, hey, it's going to take an hour as well to get... Oh, Encounter in Vengeance Wall. As you make your way along one of the wide dirt roads that wind through the forest of Old Apex, the mountain looms above you on every side, and only the mountain spire, jutting skyward from the center of the broken realm, provides a consistent landmark by which to navigate. Cresting a hill, you make out a flash of light on bronze through the trees, accompanied by the movement of several individuals. That much bronze, you realize, must indicate a group of Oathbreakers, and they seem to be just around the next bend in the road. You decide to continue along the road. You are a Fatebinder of Tunon, after all, representative of the Overlord, and you not sully your authority by skulking through the forest. As you round the bend, you find yourself looking at not one patrol of warriors, but two. Apex heraldry in heavy bronze scale marks the first group as members of the Vendrian Guard. Other warriors, however, wear rings of bronze set in heavy cured leather. A sigil on their tabard styled in the likeness of the Bane. You've heard that a group of brutal mercenaries out of Haven adopted similar heraldry. Speak with them. You step forward to address the motley soldiers. The Oathbreakers and mercenaries turn on you as one, muscles tensing all about, hands inching towards weapon. The lead Oathbreaker's mouth falls agape as she recognizes you. The Fatebinder! She slides a weapon from its sheath and holds it aloft. Tearsman, this is the tyrant who would take our lands from us, who would claim the citadel, who would damn us all to death. She lowers the blade, pointing to you. I know none more deserving of death than this one. I'm gonna threaten them. The Overlord rules the tears, you shout, your voice drowning out the Oathbreaker captain, and Tunon shows no mercy to those who raise arms against Kairos. Are these mercenaries, you ask, truly so devoted to the cause of fallen Apex as the throne with the doomed ragtag insurgents? The sellswords share furtive glances before backing away from the Oathbreakers and towards the trees. Oathbreaker captain spits in disgust and cries out for your head. The guard charge. Here we go. Come and finish it, Northern Lapdog.
Da 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 da.
Trouble is afoot.
Do not fight, Fate Bender. Have at him. Oh, taking bad damage right off the mat.
Will do.
You afraid of death, worm? No can do.
Will do.
I can't take much more of this.
Wounded. When a party member takes damage, they will start to lose health. The health bar next to their portrait starts to decrease. Health drop low enough, they'll gain a wound, and the health bar turns red. Wounded characters have their maximum health reduced. Remove when the party rests, when a character levels up.
Feel my...
Oh, that's bad. I'm not doing very well.
On it.
Oh, don't tell me you missed that. Okay, now I can do the move I want to.
Right.
There we go.
I got it.
Let them think they can hit me.
There we go. Well, not so good going, Lantry. Lantry stops his stride, darting his hands around his bandolier and belt as he softly mouths off a mental inventory of his inks and quills. At last assured his possessions are in place, he looks at you with a smile. What might I do for you? How did you wind up here in Vendrun's Well? When the Vellum Citadel was set to flame by Carl's edict, I fled as fast as my knees would carry me. Every direction seemed like a bad idea, but heading to Vendrun's Well seemed the least suicidal option. Mind you, as they bring under the misconception the Vendrun Guard had surrendered, and the fighting in the valley had stopped. Ah yes, 7th of Sparring. That's when I crossed the mountain. That would be 2-3 days after the Vendrun Guard jettisoned their surrender and claimed the citadel in the valley. The Vendrun Guard nabbed me and several other sages moving through the valley. The other sages were sympathetic to the Vendrun Guard. As for me, I just agreed so as not to get everyone killed. I think defying the Overlord is a really slow and stupid form of suicide. We'll talk more later. Indeed, I have a finite appetite for discussing myself and am more than sated. Ooh, stores of weapons. Could be good. Could be very good. Nice. This javelin's worse. Better armor penetration, worse recovery, worse DPS, worse accuracy. I could sell it though. Let's get that helmet on though.
On it.
Just point me in the right direction.
Wait, onto Echocall crossing. We need to... What's Barrack's AI? Protector. Protecting the party. He will use his bond of honor on an ally, maintain his phalanx stance, intend to get the attention of as many enemies as possible. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have the appropriate abilities yet.
I got it.
What's happening here? Keep watch! The enemy may strike again at any moment. NTO. Back over here. Maintain defensive posture. Winded, the disfavored commander clutches his bloodstained chest, pieces it. Bloodstained chest piece as he takes a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. His focus is on the scattered, wounded men around him. Is yet to take notice of you. Almbic, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. His
Yes,
focus on the
I am.
scattered, wounded men around him, and yet to take notice of you. Your plan has been a rousing success. Most of our troops dead, a bridge destroyed, and the Vendrian Guard pushed us back to where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, the finest the North has to offer. And for your next act, I needed those Furies on point. Don't mock my strategy after working against it. We could have taken them. Shouldn't you be on the other side of that bridge? We tried to rush the western bridge, blow for blow. We had them running, but halfway across, the whole damn river just lurched up. The cursed Matani swallowed the bridge and most everyone on it. Only real soldiers we have left are the Scarlet Furies that I, quite wisely, directed into a flanking position. A few of us kept our footing, but the advantage was lost. We had to fall back. As we did, the Earthworkers surged down the east bridge. We held ground until they fled back across the river, but now we're back where we started, with only a fraction of the strength. A member of the School of Tides is alive and working with the Vendrian Guards. She's likely the culprit. That would explain it. I saw a woman dressed in blue at the other side of the river. Had we focused our strength into one perfect lunge, we could have crossed the bridge before the enemy knew what was killing them. But it's not too late, because they used the Scarlet Furies to... No! Fool! Stop suggesting ways to get my gang killed. Are you working for the Earthbreakers? We should wait until the enemy's no longer on high alert.
Idiot.
What would you suggest instead? There is time for initiative and a time for patience. We should try a different part in the river or come back later. The enemy's too wary of us now. Are you in such a rush to see Karis's edict come to pass? Sorry, Quip, but I'll strap you to my back and charge down the other bridge alone. But doing nothing isn't an option. We can't sit to wait for Karis's edict to kill us. If this was a hearing of grievances, I'd let you call the shot. But we are talking about the lives of my gang. Conscripts are a couple of dozen, but Furies... I have worked hard to secure the loyalty of my gang. Will not scrap fine warriors on so buffoonish a plan. How about you just tell me what you'd like in exchange for your cooperation? Well now, what would make me happy? Oh, I know, Fatebinder. Order Antio here to beg for my help. Make sure he stresses how incapable he is and how critical it is that the chorus rescue him. I will not stand for such insults. This assault is my command, and I'm not going to grovel for your servitude. This bickering is ridiculous. There's no other answer for all of you. This bickering is ridiculous. There must be another answer. What if you had cost for an... What if they helped cover the cost of replacement warriors? Ah, see, I knew there was a reason Tunon chose you to be an officer of the court. Keep talking. What if I offered you and your Furies first pick of the spoils? Do not try to flatter me with what I already deserve. He had to stomach the insult of losing warriors to your full plan. It seems fair that you grovel.
No, I don't want that.
I wish you wouldn't feed this one's ego. You deserve none of the satisfaction you'll take from this disgusting exchange. By Kairos' fist! Fine. Please, oh help. Help us, Bitterquip. Without your intervention, this disfavored mission will most certainly fail. If only I could capture those words in my water skin and have sips of your delicious failure in my days of despair. Now that we have that settled, listen up. For this to work, my Furies need a moment to get out of cover. Fatebinder, you need to run up the East Bridge. Don't get yourself killed, just draw their attention. I'll signal my Furies to send a rope across while you have them occupied. There's no time to waste. Let's hope your gang delivers. Thank you, Fatebinder, and good hunting. Won't be long before they attack again. Quickly, Fatebinder, to the bridge. Yeah. Yeah. I can do that. It's quite the massacre. Don't mind. I suppose they won't mind if I loot them then. Oh! Interesting. That's a lot of stuff. Venging Guard, Heavy Greaves. Maybe I could use those. Let's see. Slightly better Crush Corrode Armor, worse disengagement defense, worse deflection, less recovery.
What do we...
Venturing Guard, Heavy Armor. That could be good for me. Oh, interesting. My armor gives me Opportunist. 20% bonus damage on bleeding, burning, dazed, sundered enemies. Okay, so that's pretty good.
Have here.
Let's see. Better armor. 1 whole second longer to of recovery, 1 less deflection. But honestly, you've been dying so much, you just... Let's see.
You're already cringe.
You kind of cringe though. You're gonna have to just eat that 1 second of recovery time because you're just dying too much for me to do much about. Oh. Hold on. Light armor versus heavy armor. Let's see what happens when I equip this. Okay, so it's a 4-second attack time. He's better crush, better crush. Yeah, you're just gonna have to take this for now because I cannot stand the amount of damage you're taking at the moment, frankly.
Haha, dead boy dying all the time.
He's dying
Cringe.
way too much for me to just let it slide, honestly. I'd like to go and find that iron. Hopefully it washed up on this side of the encampment. Ah! Oh, that's a lot of dead disfavored.
More like dead's favored, am I
I'm
right?
wounded, but that never stopped me before. Let me just catch my breath. We sent out a call for reinforcements. If the guard attack in greater numbers, it'll take some doing to hold them back. Village full of traitors. Were it up to me, I'd gut them all. Clearly I surrender. No need for further bloodshed. The Avenging God will triumph. I don't regret what I've done. The Oathbreakers were well prepared. Had we not bickered over strategy, we would have crushed them by now. We have scouts hiding on the far bank. Could just barely see them. Well, I don't see that shipment of iron on this side of the riverbank, unfortunately. The Matani River's currents pose little threat to small boats, let alone bridges like this one. The magic that split this was quite powerful. The soldier has numerous wounds on his body. The cold forms of 2 elderly villagers nearby, 2 victims that he ultimately could not shield from harm. I wonder who is trying to do him harm. Could be anyone. Anyone. Oh, camping supplies. Always good. Meat. Oh, and healing potions. That will go to Lantry for now. Because you need it, apparently.
Can't do that.
Alright, so let's select you. Use stealth.
You got it.
Slam that trap for me, will you?
Better, faster, and stronger.
Alright, now you leveled up. That's good for everyone involved, really. Know your enemy. When an enemy strikes first, she gains a passive bonus to dodge and parry skill until combat ends. Interesting. Mocking Iron. First taunts her foe, enraging them, forcing them to attack her for a brief time. Already have Barrack for aggroing, so let's have you go on a killing spree. That can be very useful. And I think that's as far as we're going to get without engaging, so the traps are done. Let's go ham on this one.
Heads up, we have company.
Feast my eye!
There.
Outrunner hits Barrack. Weapon ineffective. I did. You're engaging. Perfect time to use this ability.
I will aid you.
Well, I mean, this fight's not going to need that much tactical thinking, really.
It's a hit!
I got it.
Wait, they haven't attacked me yet. Oh. Shit. You there! And you! Signaling her warriors to the bridge, a woman in the regalia of Avenging God Captain pierces the commotion with a shrill soprano. What is a soprano tenor again? Try and get the voice right. Classical female singing voice has the highest vocal range of all types.
I think it's a meta.
So high-pitched. Get over here! The disfavored are back! Guess they forgot a javelin or two. Be a doll, would you? Hold them back. gain favor with the Avenging God. Peacebinder? This isn't another disfavored warrior, it's the damn Peacebinder. First the armistice, then the surrender. Here to rub our noses and all those agreements of yours be ruined with this uprising?
Yes, actually. My agreements.
I need to resolve this insurrection with as little killing as possible. I have a hard time believing such words. What is the mantra? Kairos does not wish to rule a wasteland. The disfavored have stopped taking work slaves and don't pretend we aren't targeted for elimination. Your friends seem to have misplaced most of their squad. Guess they're somewhere in my river. My family's been protecting this river for 6 generations, so it's easy to lose track of all the looters and vagrants we fed to the eels. Unless you want to try a running leap over, you're stuck. Maybe try heading downstream to the Placid Crossing. We have more warriors there, and I'm certain they'd be just happy to kill you.
Why won't these people be more polite while I'm taking over their country?
The Tidecaster that did this is the same one that met me for a truce, no? Trying to take stock of our crew? We've had unexpected help of late. Kill and rape a realm enough and everyone comes out of the woodwork to shiv you in the ear. Let us across and we'll grant you mercy. Hold your oars a second. I have a statement prepared from Captain Ari for just this moment. She does a little jerk-off motion, I guess. Wait, there's a second missive here. Oh! As amusing as I find this soon-to-be corpse, it would appear that our distraction has paid off. Satisfied, she turns to leave, calling out to you as she does. I wouldn't keep standing there, Fatebinder. The river's currents are quite unpredictable.
Thank you.
Well, the Furies managed the cross, so...
I got it.
What I've needed to do is done. Well done! While you were toying with those Oathbreakers, my gang had the opportunity to set a rope on the collapsed bridge over yonder. The Furies will want to join in battle. Good work, your gang has salvaged this mess. You require no thanks for carrying the burden the disfavored is too weak to lift. We are used to such things. Plan now is to lower that bridge. My warriors can't swim in their armor. The lighter troops can move across the rope, then lower the bridge. We'll meet you on the other side. Crossing by rope, are we? In that case, I might recommend I go last. For once I agree with Antio. My gang's been spotted. Go now before they are overwhelmed. Uh-oh. Cross the river at the western bridge. Never... Oh shit. Oh shit. You look... Oh, you're Scarlet Fury. You're fine.
Another battle. I think what's that?
Oh, I can't put a heal on them. A shame.
Count on it.
Are you afraid of death?
Will do.
Ow.
Injured.
That was a nasty hit.
At once.
Bleed out!
Damn it, that's that Scarlet Fury dead.
Good.
I mean, I don't really give that much of a shit, but...
And nothing
Consider it done.
Time to change weapons.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Alright, this should be over in a second. Oh. Well, there we go. On the bright side, I get to loot the Scarlet Fury, so that's nice. Aha! Sage's Hood. You've needed that for some time. And let's put you in Scarlet Fury armor, that might do slightly better. And a staff, perfect. Less armor penetration, less accurate. But a lot faster. And frost damage, which might be a nice change. The only problem is Lantry's core is that unique ability. Iron
They should
Javelin.
probably be building Lantry for range and also magic.
Oh, you can do range and magic for him?
Well, I mean, I seem the quill is a throwing weapon, isn't it?
Yes, it is a fun one. You are correct. Wait, before we go all the way over there.
Because I don't think that either of your other ones you were building as mage, which I don't think you can even.
No, I'm gonna do Lantry as a mage, so maybe I should give him the staff, right?
I don't know, does it give bonuses to that?
What do you
I
mean?
don't remember does it give bonuses to like magic stuff? Because I think being at range is probably better if it doesn't. 'Cause you don't
He
wanna
would
run
get...
up to people.
You get significantly more range, I believe, with the, Wait. I'm not sure what you're asking, sorry.
Is the staff a melee weapon or a ranged weapon?
It's a range weapon. It has a ranged
Okay.
attack, but it has a melee attack as well.
I still don't know. It's up to you. I played this game a while ago.
I'm gonna give him the staff.
Wrong choice. Sad.
He also has a Sage's Hood, which should be a lot more helpful for him.
Kairos' butchers have come! Flee!
Yes, I have. Retreat! There's too many, they've crossed the river, pull back! The Vendra Guard soldiers rush forward and adopt a close formation, covering Captain Matani as she retreats towards the nearby settlement. Hold, I only wish to talk. Oh well. They've been very wholesome 100 and they've been very mean.
I can't believe they're being mean to you just because you're part of the occupation.
God.
force occupying your country. What the fuck? Why don't they just accept that you're wholesome Shungus 100?
Oh. We should try that again. Take that!
I feel much improved.
I feel much improved.
I feel much wholesome 100 Chungus. Okay, this style seems to be a lot
Right.
better for Ventry.
Yeah.
Before me!
And that killing spree ability that I gave Verse is amazing.
On it.
As you command.
Addendum added, forge-bound iron. Found a broken crate with a busted, disfavored weapon inside. This must have been part of the shipment. Maybe there are more nearby clues. Good. Now I can upgrade my ability, which is going to be more, I think right now. More bonus health. Place heart shot. Interesting. So instead of additional accuracy for the attack and leave the target bleeding, I would get charge up and launch a projectile with enough force to penetrate armor. Enemies in a line take damage and on the left bleeding. Interesting. Okay, that could be better. Let's take that. Back is getting improved as a sentinel, so... After using Clash of Iron, Back will attack twice with his normal strikes. That could be good. Seasoned Veteran allows Barrick to engage an additional enemy. That could also be very good. Stance Phalanx 1. Oh yes, he definitely needs his Phalanx stance. So let's give him that. And let's give him more resolve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's investigate the side of the village, make sure I haven't missed anything. Seems we're going to have to be heading further along the riverbank, so that should be where the shipment is. Let's talk to the married couple again. My soldiers paid the price for this. I keep getting my voices mixed up. My soldiers paid the fuck 'em.
Sorry, can't.
Just gonna read them off. My soldiers paid the price for disfavored incompetence. Let's not forget who made this bridge capture possible. Excellent work. All that remains is Captain Matani Sybil to the north. These empty crates put up significant water damage. You also notice a small series of notches to the top left corner.
Would you take a look at that?
Shit. There we go. Iron Great Spear. Two-handed. Quite powerful weapon, I would assume. the Great Square in the inventory for now. It's worth a lot of money, so I'll keep it in mind. You found a broken crate with the busted disfavored weapon inside. Blah blah blah. Discover waterlogged crate. Must have been filled with iron. Satanas was expecting. Rest of the shipment must be nearby. I think it would be in the village because these crates have been pulled up clearly from the water. Do one little ounce. Look over near the center, and I don't think I can get up top. Oh, can I? Oh, I can go underneath. No, so I'm gonna move further into the village.
They're here! Run! Go! Oh no!
Stand your ground, defend the village. So we've got 2 soldiers.
Won't happen. Can't move. Why can't I hit anything?
Will do.
Ah, better shield. Much better. Let's see. Slightly less recovery, plus 11 to parry, plus 11 to dodge, plus 10 to endurance. I think this is a better shield.
What? Excuse me.
Good. I need that shield. More Vendrian's guard armor. I'll take that. And another iron javelin. Please, my children are inside. If you must kill me, do it out here away from them. I'm not going to do that. Hear muffled voices and fearful exclamations inside.
Avenger!
Piece of cake.
The guard can't protect us! We must go!
Whip. Villagers look at you in stunned, frightened silence. Well, I'm just left for my iron, bro. Crates have a series of notches on the top left corner of each box, and scuffs on the ground suggest they were dragged from the nearby home. Good. Okay, so we're getting closer to that shipment.
Your days end
Are
here!
you afraid of death, worm?
You're not going anywhere!
Damn it!
Take that!
No, don't trigger that!
No
Oh,
pain, blood.
Well, I can't stop. Good stuff here. I'm gonna go to Arcane Shield because I think Lantry needs to be slightly more durable.
Probably a good idea.
Half the time I end up having to spend like his healing spells on himself, so you know, kind of probably wise I did.
Obviously, this is a sign that you should do tank Lantry.
Tank Lantry.
Right.
Would you take a look at that?
Ooh, mending grips. Better armor, better unarmed DPS, worse recovery, worse deflection, worse precision.
Kairos' soldiers are here!
These crates have a small series of botches dragged from the nearby home. Let's see. Do not fear, sons and daughters of Apex. Kairos' hounds are at our doorstep. The Vendrian Guard will not abandon you. Brave warriors of the Vendrian Guard, these foreigners and sellouts mean to burn our homes and butcher our families. Summon what strength you have and show Kairos the price of taking our land. Several soldiers step out from half-closed doorways and dimly lit alleys, fury blazing in their eyes. Partisans shout battle cries to the marshal their courage, and you see the grey gleam of iron as they brandish their weapons and charge. Oh, in the name of Ash, these hill folk get their hands on iron weapons. Barrack regards the locals with momentary panic and bewilderness before sending his stance from battle. Interesting.
To battle! I got it.
Oh, you have a Sage Apprentice. You might have some loot that's useful for me. You might have some loot useful for me, loser. Yeah.
No.
Okay, they're all focusing on Barrack, so... Actually, no. Barrick's fine. Looking at his health.
I got it.
Go.
On my command.
Oh damn, this stage is being a real pain in the ass. Right, let's switch focus for a second. Let's switch focus.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, why don't you try and aggro all enemies? I can actually get a bunch of you with a piercing shot. This should be good.
Hey. Am I?
Await my signal.
Oh, now. I have.
Right.
Daddy?
Okay, need some way to get you to stop focusing on Lantry. Is your ability okay? Good. Knock down. Just throw all the abilities at her. It doesn't really matter at this level.
It's
got
blood.
At this stage of the game, rather. There we go. Broken helmet. That's annoying. Honor Guard Greaves. It's likely the locals have been helping the revolutionary forces for some time.
Right.
Crates have a small series of notches on the top left corner of the scuff mark of each box, and scuffs on the ground suggest they were dragged from a nearby home. But which nearby home? They don't seem to be able to find it. Looks like a boss battle. I'd actually like to try and find that iron before I go. Let's see. The chaos of battle will make finding the lost shipment difficult. It would be wise to deal with the Avenging Guard in the area before continuing this. Okay, I see. Never mind. They're here! Weapons up, and remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and prowess. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who wish to specialize in dealing in death. Let the villagers go. They did not ask for this conflict. I'm not here for slaughter. I'd prefer to talk. Really? The trail of my dead friend says otherwise. What is there to say, Fatebinder? Unless it's sorry for all the murders, followed by a big swig of hemlock, it's too late for words to solve anything.
I mean, to be fair, I've been saying I want peace the whole time.
Hey,
and
I
you
didn't...
people are like,
You're the
"No
one who
peace
attacked
somehow."
me.
This was It's not my fault that I had to carve a path of self-defense through here.
Leaving a bloody wrath of self-defense. The captain looks at you expectantly. Her soldiers stand ready, and the muffled cries and sobs of villagers fill the air. Kairos brings order. Why resist unity and prosperity? Like the unity between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus.
Yeah.
That's not the sort of peace we want. Besides, peace is overrated. Peace means tolerating the evil in your neighbor, a cowardly dream for those with simplistic notions of the world. But I concede half your point. The Avenger Guard was once simply the army of Apex. Now we have volunteers from all over the realms joining our cause, so you're correct about bringing unity.
See, I am right. Shut up, morons.
I am right. This insurrection is doomed to failure. Why throw away your lives? We have demonstrated a once vanquished people can rise from the dust and bloody the Archons. The objective is to send a message to others in their tears. This has been a resounding success. My goal is to gain your surrender without bloodshed. That is a commendable notion, a tragically simple one at that. If anyone here could stomach life in the chorus of submission to a disfavored work camp, that person already surrendered years back. People standing before you are the ones serious about their freedom. Besides, you already reneged on a surrender. I know any deal you've come to offer is just a trap. The Archon's pride demand they bury us. Sorry. You've been at this long. Death or glory, no third option. Run, all of you, or you have to deal with my allies when they arrive in full force. Binder, what do you mean by this? This is dereliction of duty. I could see us letting the sick and infirm go to tell of our infamy. With these South Knobs took up arms against Kairos. They cannot be forgotten.
Shut up, Barrack. Fucking cringe-ass Barrack.
We've beaten their warriors and shamed their captain aside of his ancestral river. Never heard of winning graciously? From inside his hulking iron suit, you hear but a small grumble. Then Barrack falls silent.
Grumble, 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 and Barrack, grumble, grumble, grumble.
So you can have a moving target to make it interesting? She starts to laugh, smirk faltering as your intent registers. Wait, you mean it? Don't make me repeat myself. I will repay this. She nods to you, then turns to her crew.
I wanna murder people.
Oh, reputation ability. You've gained enough of reputation to lock a new ability. Open the reputation UI by pressing R. Interesting. Most factions have abilities your characters can acquire as you build reputation with them. She nods to you, then turns to her crew, signaling for all to flee. The guardsmen and villagers scattering northward. Well done, Fatebinder. You bring honor to the court with your valor. The captain, what became of her? If she still draws breath, the voices of the rat would be most intrigued to speak with her in detail. I let her go, told her to send warning to her friends that I'll be coming. Really? Well, I would have liked to take her back as a prisoner. Perhaps we will be better served by her returning to her nest. There she will speak of what happened to her, tearing away at what little hope remains. We may have lost several of our number at the river, but we picked ourselves up and made this work. May we always triumph. And what of this village? The locals could have trapped the houses. Too risky to commandeer the site. We should burn the town. Cut off support, send a message, and the smoke signal will give the others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matani. Did we just waste all that blood and time capturing this place only to torch it all? Now, I adore the mystical power of fire in ways none of you could possibly understand, but even I think there's a time and place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Anzio Hayes free to burn his half of the village. The Scarlet Chorus would like to keep our other half of the spoils.
He can burn half of it.
If there are any villagers still here, allow them to run, then raise the settlement. I need 2 of you to scour the grounds for any of our own wounded, and 2 together kindling while we've got our own cleared from the site. Good hunting, Fatebinder. Graven Ash protects. Well, if we're going to solve this with fire... The chanter lets out a long sigh as he slowly traces the sigil of a long-gone archon of fire with his index finger. The least you could do is leave this to an expert. Have your warriors round up the wounded. If you want this town burned, so be it. The chanter smiles a wicked grin. 5th Eye needs your services dealing with the Oathbreakers in the Outer Valley, no? Well, when you're done with the 5th Eye's request, the Archon will be gathering for another meeting at the disfavored camp. As a sole representative of the court, your presence will be required. Don't need them waiting.
You cringe.
On it.
I have Champion's Valor. Interesting. Oh, passive. Plus 3% hit precision. Gain a bonus to hit precision. Time to go door to door and find what I'm missing. Old Man Moore, I've already told you I'm not leaving my home. Oh, you want those purple imbeciles? Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Eyesight isn't what it used to be. Name's Moore. Been here since old King Okon climbed the valley as part of his own. You're with Kairos, right? Mm-hmm. And Kairos brings peace, right? Well, I surrender. Now leave me to my home in privacy. I suggest you cooperate with their demands. Oh, settle down, son. I've been living here on my lonesome just fine. I've enjoyed heat waves, breath fever, flooding. I'm not worried by children at play. Just hope none of you kids drown in the river. That'd make your parents sad. Fine. Rot away, old man. Gladly.
Fine then, rot away, old man. I gladly will. Whee!
What?
Oldness. Old man. They call me an old man because I'm a man who is old. Isn't that something, youngsters? I'm like a man. Ooh. Oh.
Ah, there's the forge-bound iron ingots. Uh-oh. You motherless whoremonger! He attempts to usher you away with the pointed end of his walking stick. Get out! I found forge-bound iron in one of these barrels. You have a great deal to explain, old man. It's always the young pushing the old. I had no choice in the matter. Strange men appeared here a fortnight ago. They claimed to be supporters of the Vengeance Guard. I never seen them before. I had no choice. These freedom fighters threatened my life if I didn't comply. They forced you to help the Vengeance Guard? That sounds suspicious. Have you been listening to a damn thing I've been saying? Or do you have shit for ears? His face twitches as his spittle lands on you. That's exactly what I was saying. I don't want any part of this foolish war. Seems your stubborn ignorance may have saved you. I'm taking the iron and you may stay. Thank you, Fatebinder. You're welcome. I guess.
Thank you, Cringebinder.
Thank you, Pussybinder.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Aye.
I have so much shit to sell. It'll be good to be getting back to an encampment.
Good to be getting back to some fate binding. Gotta bind that fate. Don't want it to go running around free like.
God. It's
Imagine
gonna take me a
that.
little while to get back to the disfavored camp, so I'll go to the Scarlet camp first.
Imagine if your fate was just running around free.
Ooh.
And wasn't bound by anything. That'd be cringe.
I'd be out of a job.
You'd be like, you wouldn't be a fate. I wouldn't be a deputy anymore. Just a beagle.
No. Fatebinder. You've got some explaining to do, Fury. I don't appreciate being used. Doesn't even try to hide her glee, openly cackling and clutching at her belly. Oh, you have my gratitude for rooting out the Oathbreakers. Oh, come on now, don't take it personal. Binder, I knew a fighter like you could hold your own against Grimods. You only put a member of the Tunon Court in danger. I assure you, this is no laughing matter.
Then why am I laughing about it?
I'm reminded how humorless Fatebinders can be. Here. She sees and unsheathes her sword, playing with it out of habit. She shrugs, completely unconcerned, and tossing it in your hands. Take it as a compliment. You're right, I don't find being nearly killed all that funny, but I'll let you slide just this once. I'll try to be more accommodating next time, Fatebinder. Good. See that you are.
You posted cringe at a member of Tunon's court. Fucking cringe ass nay baby.
Oh, well, my manners. I forgot to cast my incantation of crying like a coddled North girl over a few dead soldiers. I will not be lectured for a failure to show a widow's weakness. Now, where is that? Fate Binder! Lord Binder, we've been waiting for you. One of Narad's dogs went wild. At least he's done the right thing to present himself here for a proper trial. I'd like to yank his teeth out and like to be with your blessing so I can ensure your judgment on the matter. We meet again, good Binder. Perfect timing. I was just thinking about our teamwork at Echocall Crossing. This favourite have accused me of multiple murders. I'm not guilty of these charges and I have nothing to hide. The truth can only exonerate me, so I will happily submit to your judgment. Murder? That's a serious charge. Tell me everything. 3 weeks ago, we were in the eastern end of the valley. We were on assignment to keep Vengeance Guard runners from leaving and reinforcements from coming in. And some Scarlet Furies came with us for support. Well, our trail puts us between two Vengeance Guard patrols. Thinking they have us outnumbered, they draw bronze. We close ranks and fight together. It's a rather rousing melee, and the Oathbreakers give as good as it gets, but among the dead, a dozen conscript and 2 disfavored. You dance around the important details, Chanter. Right as the enemy spots us, you start working your mystic symbols. I saw panic in their eyes when we first stumbled onto each other in the clearing, but once his magic started flying, the only thing in their eyes was bloodlust. What? So the Vengeance Guard slew them. How then is the Choirman to blame? Well, it was by his magic that turned them from skittish plovers into rabid jackals. Even on their best day, Tisman can't fight half as well as they did. The spell emboldened the killers. I say that makes Bitterquip directly at the root of the killings. I could just walk away and be like, this is a waste of my time. I don't talk the craft outside of the guild, but I can't defend myself with silence. I invoked a spell of frenzy and directed the chance at the enemy. They could move faster than our party, and letting them escape would undermine the mission. So I fueled them with the reins to get them to stand and fight. There! You just came right out and admitted it! The Oathbreakers usually can't fight their way out of a burlap sack, but he grants them the courage of a stink badger's... He grants them the gift of a stink badger's courage. That's a very weird phrase. Madness, pure and simple. The Furies were dumbfounded and folded, and that's when Devona and Sevius the Swift dove into the fray. Devona caught a javelin in the eye. Stupidly bad luck. As for Sevius... Oh, not Sevius. After the battle, he had been run through 19 times. Graven Ash couldn't save him. Severus has his facts in order. I would concur with his assessment. Severus, you have anything to add? What is there to add? He agrees with me on what happened, so it's a reason to belabor the point. Just find him guilty already. Bloodshunter. Is that all you have to say in your defense? What more need I say, for I have done no wrong? Are you daft, or was your mother too busy mounting the tears to teach you right from wrong? You are not enlightened, so I can forgive your ignorance. If you were illuminated in the way of the arcane, you know Kairos' law does not hold the magic mage culpable for that which cannot be controlled. What sort of chorus delusion is this? Bitterquip is citing magician's folly. If in battle for Kairos' glory, a mage inadvertently harms someone protected by Kairos' peace, the mage is not legally at fault.
He's right, you know.
The Fatebinder actually knows his law! As I said, you have no doubt that I'm in the rights. You must understand, my heart is heavy with regards to this tragedy, but my conscience is clean. That's insane! That wasn't a gout of fire that went awry. He uses magic to invade the enemy and to feats of strength. It's a crime!
No, it isn't. That's his job.
The law's meant to protect against honest mistakes. It seems like there's nothing accidental in the process. Meant? The law isn't meant to do anything but what it says. I won't stand here while Tunon spoiled brat lectures me on real purpose of law. Oh, come now. Just because the Fatebinder isn't lapid up.
Lawyer tells me about the law.
I'm ready to pass judgment. This case is a simple one, is it not? You think he's guilty? Wrong question. It's not what the Fatebinder feels, it's what the law says. So then, what does the law say? So obviously you acted with malice, knowing the law would shield you, are innocent of murdering a servant of Kairos, but guilty of giving succor to the enemy, or Kairos law shields Bitterquip from negligence and battle. The matter is tragic, but not criminal.
I mean, it seemed. I mean, I would say that
he did knowingly help the enemy get stronger because he didn't want them to retreat.
I mean, well, yeah, but that's like that's one of the like tools that they use, isn't it? Like it was used in the conquest thing as well, like enraging the enemy with magic.
Yeah, but he managed to get allies killed.
Yeah, but
they would have left and retreated, and there wouldn't have been casualties if he didn't use the spell.
Yeah, but if that's a standard tool that's used, then that means that allies are getting killed basically every time that's used.
Yes.
Which means that that's.
I mean, but the
just-
frenzy
that's
is
just
used to
the-
disorganize like a organized military. If they were already running, I don't see the need for it other than to pull them back into a fight.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to kill them because they're rebels. So.
Yes. But he gave them frenzy.
Yes, but legally, he didn't do anything wrong.
Legally, shut the fuck up. You're actually completely what?
Legally,
Sucker
that
to the
is,
enemy by Tunon's limp gabble. There's no such thing. Kairos be praised. Permission, Goodbinder, to carry out your execution. Utter crap. The law is on my side. Wait, I didn't want him to die.
Well, that's what he was asking you for.
Oh crap.
Daniel, this is why you follow the law.
Well, hold on just a second. I thought I would get to pass the judgment and like what punishment would be rendered.
Well, no, the punishment for treason is death.
But it wasn't treason.
Well, if you're saying he acted with intentional malice, then you are accusing him of killing his allies intentionally, which is treason.
No, but I didn't accuse him of killing his allies. I said he gave assistance to the enemy.
And then they killed his allies.
Yes, but that's what I explicitly just... Did you read the same thing I read? I explicitly said that it wasn't his fault, that the murders happened.
But he acted that way because he knew the law would shield him.
Yes.
Which means you're saying that he did it intentionally.
Yes, but I didn't blame him for the actual explicit murder. I blamed him for... Ah, never mind.
Yeah, but if you're saying he has legal culpability for the deaths of those people, that would at least be manslaughter, which I'm pretty sure just counts as murder in weird murder land. So, death sentence. Press F. For our
It is
boy.
obvious you acted with malice, knowing the law would shield you. Innocent. You are innocent of murdering a servant of Kairos.
You're innocent of murdering a servant of Kairos,
Yes.
but
Guilty of giving succor to the enemy. So again, I was not
yes,
charging
aiding the
him with
enemy is
killing
treason.
someone. I didn't know.
Aiding the enemy is treason.
Well, no matter. I'm
So-
keeping him alive.
If you gave your gun to if you were gave your gun to the Taliban, that would be treason. Like you just walked up and said, "Hey, want to buy my gun?"
Look alive, soldier. This place eats the weak. Huh? I did.
Lord.
Yes, Captain. New to the course, Captain is a southern term. Course armies have commanders, and I'm neither. I shouldn't be here. The course, I didn't know what I was thinking. I'm not like these people. I'm gonna die here, at least. I hope I die here and soon. To think I... Just why is this a mistake? Did someone take the vow for you? No, but I was forced to take the vow. They slew my... Oh, Pa. Okay, now I know how to do the voice. His place is fat in his hand. They slew my pa right in front of me. They told me I was next if I didn't join the course. I never served in the village watch. I didn't know it'd be like this. Never served in the watch. How old are you? How old? I'm Pa said I was born in 418, so that makes me
A child soldier.
that makes you too young to be in the course. Summon your gang leader and I'll solve this. Two-Tooth. Watch this then. While the frig are you pestering my quarryman, Fatebinder? Don't know if you can see, but I've got a game to win and the boy has boots to clean. How does Conscript come into the possession of your gang? Vittel shrinks in on himself. There's nowhere for him to go. He looks at you pleadingly. Kids from good real stock, tall, strong farmers, family traders, but far be it for me to execute one for the crimes of another. Vittles here would rather serve the chorus than be festering 2 feet down, slowly being eaten by worms. Isn't that right, Vittles? They weren't traitors just because they refused to bend the knee. They never hurt anyone. You are aware that under Narat's own law, honor and guard the young, this boy is exempt from the battlefield. I'm aware of the camp's rules, But the age of majority is 15. Take a look at this brat and tell me he's not. Just because he's lily-livered doesn't make him a babe. This conscript was born in 418. Do you know how old that makes him? No. Can't say that I do. Here's a hint. It's not 15. Isn't it just Marlock? Yeah, another winning streak's gone cold.
No. Oh, I can't.
Well, go on then. Get back to the slaves' quarters. No more fighting for victuals, is it, for now? Aren't you forgetting something? Children are a valued and protected commodity in the chorus. If he's a member of your gang, you'll need to properly serve and protect him until he comes of age. What's that?
I have to not beat up children.
I think what the captain's, the Fatebinder's saying is you can't hit me no more. Right, but I can hit you now, boss. You can't hit back. I can make demands like everyone else, like, I'm really hungry and I want some boots that don't have holes in them. Take care, kid, and good luck. I'll check on you when I can. He grits, Two-Tooth grits his jaw, eyed enough that he looks like his will rattle, victuals by his scrawny neck, but he merely flicks 2 fingers along the underside of his stubbled, scratchy chin and darts a nervous glance toward his Archon's war tent. I get it. Children are sheltered by the voices. I'll look out for the kid, I swear. Well, any arm come to him, it'll be my prick what gets chopped. A cold nod before shuffling back to his game of dice.
You did it. You stopped child abuse. So.
I did.
Now he can become a child soldier in peace.
Good, 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 good.
Epic.
Oh, Siren. Didn't know you were here. A young woman stands flanked by a pair of soldiers. The ornate headdress cresting her brow lends otherwise small figure an intimidating aspect. From gear to gown, everything about her starkly contrasts the wretched state of the camp. She looks both at ease and uncomfortable, composing her element and completely unsure, turning to you.
Greetings, worm.
Rude.
Well, why are you posting cringe, Siren?
Have we met?
You don't know me, little worm? I am Siren, and my degenerate allies have the pleasure of calling me the Archon of Song.
You hear the distant peal of a bell in her laugh. She regards you for a moment with dim interest.
And you are Tunon's Fatebinder. What brings you here to the middle of the battlefield? Did Cairo send you to shame Ash and Nerat into action? Ash certainly needs someone to dig a heel into his back. If only to distract him from his problem. But Nerat, he's just a cat playing with a realm-sized mouse, isn't he?
What makes you such an expert in delicate matters?
I've been privy to more delicate matters in the last 5 years than you've had your entire career binding fates. I'm well versed with political intricacies. Anyway, we have a more important matter to deal with. There is something you can do to assist me.
First cups her hands to her ears, turning her head away from Siren. Siren's mouth opens in a perfect O shape. The sound that pours out is captivating, entrancing. Until it seems nothing exists but her voice.
Remove my helmet.
At your service, Archon Siren. You discover Siren's helmet is locked behind her head with a complicated mechanism. You want nothing more than to bash the lock apart and free the Archon. Before you can make the attempt, one of Siren's guards places a hand on yours and shakes her head. She points to a wad of cotton sticking in her ear. Destruction shakes you from your stupor. You feel dizzy and sniff back a trickle of blood from your nose. Glare silently.
Really? That's it? How disappointing. It was worth a try, I suppose, though it appears to have been a colossal waste of effort. I hoped you would assist me in a delicate matter, but it appears you're more nuisance than help. I have no further use for you. Perhaps later. You're dismissed, Fatebinder.
Not as powerful as you imagine yourself to be, are you?
I said dismissed until I have further need of you. Your presence displeases me.
For the love of Kairos! That was the Archon of Song in the flesh!
Don't be so dumbstruck.
Dumbstruck? I don't exactly meet Archons on a regular basis. Maybe to you, this is just Judge's Day.
Sorry, can't.
new sigil. Nice. Spectral Blur. Allied target plus 30% graze deflection, 30% hit deflect. Ooh, that's good. Master target in a blurred illusion, making them harder to hit. Hell yeah. Lore. Each sigil requires a certain amount of lore to learn and control. Okay. Who's the strongest in your camp, Fifth Eye? I am, naturally. Well, the Archon is, without question, the mightiest in camp. Death Knell is the master trainer here, and she's almost tough enough to take me. She's a biter. I don't tell I ever told you that, but she can be trusted to fight and lead. And while her humility is lacking, verse is correct, she's been running with the Furies even longer than Death Knell. Too bad that skill and puissance did nothing to save her sisters. What happened to them? I understand that our little torchlight here became the victim of her own morality. A spasm of discomfort, hesitation, stayed his sword and shattered the focus of a coordinated attack. Look, don't ask. I'll tell you about it in my own time. What do you know of the disfavored commander? I am Marshal Uranus is a doting warrior, just like the Archon of War. She's one of few select disfavored, cautious, and cowardly enough to be trusted with the Archon's iron toddlers. No doubt her primary qualifications include being related to Ash. The Legion's a little big into its pedigree, if you catch my drift. Keep insulting my commander and I'll slap that mask off your face. Not that I'm eager to see what's inside. Fifth Eye, are we here to cooperate or to snipe each other at every turn? I suppose that depends on where you're standing, illustrious Fatebinder. Not all of us enjoy the privilege of lawful objectivity. Some of us have had to enjoy these cretins in their pitiful excuse for war. Enough! The Fatebinder here is because these debates have stayed our hands for too long. Say what you would be of the Iron Marshal, if only so we can part ways and be done with this siege. I am loath to speak highly of her. I cannot deny she is a brilliant swordsman. The other disfavored seem to take her seriously, despite the serious stick that's propped up her backside. While the voice of the whole chorus remains loyal to the voice of the rat, I am truly the most loyal, oh so loyal of his numerous warriors. He is a Crimson Sphere. Part of the Archon's inner circle. Dozens of the strongest gang bosses answer to him, and from there the orders trickle down. I am the Archon's marshal, retainer, and humble servant. I am his eyes and his ears, and his mouth, for I speak with his authority when he is absent, and I am his killing edge when the rabble is moved to war. Are all of the Crimson Spears as odd as you? We'll not ask you to speak of the other Fatebinders. We'll not ask you to speak of the other Fatebinders, I will not speak for the other Crimson Spears. He's odd as fuck because he's an eye, not because he's a Crimson Spear. The Spears are a cold, determined bunch. Eyes are a breed apart, only a fraction of the Archon of Secret's madness. When did you take the vows? Unlike most of the conscripts here, I did not need a cudgel against the head to see the wisdom of the Archon of Secrets. I proudly joined the cause in its nascent days, left my home in the bastard city to join with the incoming cause. The best glory in history. Right. Let's get back to that disfavored camp. We can return the iron supply, and I can get some more gear. Counter and vengeance well. You follow the road through an expanse of scrubby woodlands, crooked oaks, and dry needle pines grassing towards the sky. You catch the sound of children's laughter filtering through the trees. Abandoning the road, you make your way to a small tributary of the Matani, snaking through the sparse forest. There you discover a group of 4 youths gathered beside the small stream. 2 of the children sit on the rocks, poles in hand, staring patiently in the water. The other 2 are seated near a bucket, taking turns whacking eels along the ground to stun and carve out the meat. Speak to them. You step out of the woods, drawing the attention of the children, who eye you warily. The eldest youth, almost a man grown, notes your heraldry and hawks a ball of phlegm into the reeds. You raise your hand to calm the youngsters and ask if they've heard the tale of Pox and the other wall of the Burning Wood. They look into one another without answer. You begin to spin the story for a time. Odd, sometimes amusing yarn, filled with epic adventure and dark mysticism. By the time you finish, the youth have become entirely absorbed in your story, wrapped in their attention. The youngest of the children bring you an eel in exchange for your time. You thank them and return to the road to continue your journey well fed. Welcome back, Fatebinder. Okay, no, this Sevius wasn't injured. It was a different Sevius. Got it. Well, I suppose I'll tell Arrhenius the work's done. Who's the strongest warrior in your cohort? Modesty demands I admit myself, but if I had to form the legion into one giant phalanx, I'd have Sevius the Younger and Barrack take the corners. Sevius has been at this since before I was born, and Barrack, well, what? I'm neither deaf nor fragile. Say what you were going to say. I was going to say you're perhaps one of the best warriors in the outfit, but good luck getting you to wear your regulation uniform. You're a good soldier, Barrack, but you know you're a pain in the ass. I'm honored to be assigned one of your finest. The honor is mine. When this campaign is over, I hope you'll accompany me in hanging more vengeance savages along the road. Think of the stories we'll have to trade. That's not what I was hoping to do. But sure.
I don't like murdering people.
You found the iron yet?
Daniel, as he wanders around the world of tyranny, going, but I don't like murdering people. What's wrong with you people? Why are you all such weirdos?
Hey, you're all so goddamn wit. Nothing I really want. A dagger could be good for a certain individual. I'll take your coin and we'll give the dagger to Verse. Let's head to a different place. Still got the Trip Nettle Wilderness to deal with. I'm going to deal with the Northern Clearing first and then double back. Really, no random encounters all the way. Interesting. Took me half a day to travel. Go around, look for this. Okay. That's not good. Come out, you cowards. Uh-oh. This looks like a fight. Ah, look at that. Good thing I didn't buy the Earthshaker stuff, isn't it?
What'd you get?
I just got it for free.
No, go sell it and buy it again.
Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. Let's see, we've got 2 honor guard. I'm thinking.
Trouble is a on my command. Take that.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Damn my eyes.
I will aid you. Someone staunch my bleeding.
Nice and clean. Well, that's where they're called Earthshakers, I suppose. Hellspawn. Ah, a Fatebinder, how fortuitous. The Earthshaker pounds his chest in salute. For us, I mean, decidedly not for the Oathbreakers. Whether intended or not, we're indebted for your help. Return the salute, you're welcome. May the stones guide your steps, and may you walk without falter on sturdy ground. I need to speak with Commander Ironcore. With tremorous fingers, the Earthshaker pushes his hood back on a sweaty forehead. He glances once at the group of weary, battered mages behind him before meeting your eyes. I am afraid I'll have to do, as I am the mage in charge of this circle. Earthshaker Hellspar, at your service. Your commander isn't here? With all due respect, Fatebinder, it's not a matter I'd expect you to understand. We absolutely cannot abandon Cairn to the Stone Sea. Stone Sea is name given to what remains of the land of Azure after Khaos' Edict of Stone. Oh, yeah. Edict of Stones devastated the landscape. Once a rolling landscape of winding rivers and fertile plains, tectonic shifts have altered the landscape, choking rivers, collapsing roads, and altering the landscape for hundreds of leagues. Jeez. His nostrils flare in mild air. As we've only recently located him and are in the process of constructing a fort to guard his remains, we could not spare another mage, especially now when the beast tribe that flocked to Cairn in its final days is increasingly territorial and contentious. What's so important about Cairn? Cairn may be dying, but he's not yet lost. There lies the possibility to harness an Archon's power in the Stone Sea, and for that I should think the possibilities are near limitless, but we won't know until we can run proper research. And so Radix refused Ash's orders? I'm not of rank to make such sweeping evaluations, but I'd say he interpreted them in his own manner, and to the best of his judgment, rather than outright refusing them. He is an Iron God after all. His decisions, though difficult as they may be, will certainly embolden her in our routing of the Tears. Not if your generals and entire army is dead. They what? How? He chokes, and the Earthshakers behind him gather closer, murmuring in surprise amongst themselves. One of them, a woman with wispy, russet hair, slaps him on the back so hard, shockwaves tremble through the yew and into the mountains past. The Overlord has issued an edict of execution. If we don't take the well by Khaos' Day of Swords, everyone here dies, including Ash. Well, clearly Master Radix was unaware of the severity of the situation. He glances worriedly to the other mages in the circle, as they all visibly absorb the meaning of everyone here in the edict's range of affliction. Had we known, surely the guild would have come in full force. Well, looks like we're all we've got. Report to Surveyor at the disfavored camp. He'll have further orders for you there.